Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we got to go out and haul some logs today, but it should be the best kind of log hauling. I guarantee you we're not going to hit any traffic. There'll be no DOT, nothing like that. Let me get the truck set up and we'll get after it. Here we go. So how am I so confident that we're not going to hit any traffic or be overweight or have any problems with that? Well, it's quite simple actually. We're not even leaving the property. So if you've been paying attention to the channel, you saw me and my dad do some logging. Well, since that video, we've done a bunch more logging. I didn't film it because, well, sometimes you just want to get some work done. But I got a bunch of logs sitting out, and I need to saw some oak this afternoon, so I got to go fetch some white oak. That's what I'm shooting for first, is a load of white oak here. I got some nice white oak and red oak out. So I got to go collect the load, It's right up here, about maybe a 3-minute drive, but we're never going to hit the blacktop. In fact, if we have one issue, that might be it. I'm hoping not to get stuck. It's a little soupy, but need the logs, so we're gonna make a run at it. So if you guys have been following along, obviously I got the truck back together. I replaced those wheel bearings. You saw me take it apart there the other video. Got them back together this week. Put about 60 miles on the truck yesterday, and well, didn't lose any wheels on the highway, so must have done it right. Seems to drive real nice. It doesn't wobble when I hit the brakes anymore, so that's always a plus. While I had this truck apart waiting for bearings, I also fixed my gauges here a little bit. So truck's actually running pretty good now. Wish I had some wood to knock on. Should never say stuff like that. So I got a couple piles out here. Tried to stage everything in groups so I can just pull the truck up and grab it. When we skidded it out, I kind of piled it up. I may need to take the chainsaw and cut some of the stuff down, but quite honestly, if I can pick it, it's not like I got to worry about it being too long. So we'll just see what we can get on here. All right. This was the main area I was worried about. I kind of skirted the edge here. That would have been bad news. Camera might not pick that up. That's a constant mud hill for us. We're on the edge of a Christmas tree field here, and for as long as I can remember, this little corner here has always just been a mud pit. So definitely didn't want to go through there with the truck. This is my first stack. That's a nice, it's actually chestnut oak, which is a variety of white oak. So I left them, most of them are longer lengths, so it'll be cut down, but like I said, I'm just going to throw them on the truck here. We don't got to worry about strapping. Quick and easy, in and out, and get you set up. Guy's a little rough on the controls today. All right, we're moving up to the second landing. It's, I don't know, maybe 200 yards away. If it looked like I was a little rough on the controls, well, you're absolutely right. I was. And we're spinning a little bit. There we go. Now we're pulling. I usually pride myself in being a little smoother than that, but I haven't run this thing in, geez, probably a month. So, a little rusty. Everything kind of feels backwards to me. Yeah, it is a little soupy here. Kind of trying to go up the hill as I'm loading so I can come down the hill loaded versus the other way around. Been having a lot of rain. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a salvage mission. You guys are quite literally sitting in a pine tree right now. So let's see how this works out. That looks perfectly fine, legal. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'd never go down the road with something like that, but we're going a quarter mile back to the mill on Field Road. Who cares? Now you might have noticed that last one I had to thread the needle to get it through here. I kept looking up. Yeah. The top of this rock oak, this is dead. This tree's dead, killed by gypsy moth, like a lot of these. That's actually, should have mentioned, a lot of this stuff that we're taking out is either dead or dying or on the way out. So this is some of the more mature stuff that just had to go. It was going to start degrading. So that's what I got on the truck here. But when I was pulling that out, I bumped that a time or two. And that up there is what they call a widowmaker. That dead top, you hit that the wrong way, you're going to knock that top out. It's going to come right down on you. So that's always a dangerous situation. Whenever you're cutting timber, you always got to keep your eyes up, because once that tree starts going, you know, if that top breaks out, you're gonna have a bad day. So I got just a few more to pick up to grab all the white oak I got. And red oak's gonna have to be a separate load, but I gotta be sawing some white oak today, so that's top priority. So you can see this is what I'm working with here. We actually have a pretty decent road system, because these are the roads we use to harvest our Christmas trees too. So they get a lot of traffic, which works in my benefit. So we just keep her in low and crawl along here. It's actually, it's not a bad drive. Some would say it's better than driving on the highway. Scenery's a lot nicer. thought you guys might like a little tour through the Pennsylvania woods here in March. It's actually pretty nice. So I don't know if you can tell, the camera never does it justice, but that little hill there at the end is wicked. It's a sharp little curve, and you basically just have to stay on it. And I honestly thought it'd be about a 50-50 shot I made it. I thought I might be backing down it, but the truck pulled it pretty good. I guess all that weight on the back axle helps a lot. So I'm just at this landing for these two little white oaks, and that's it. Then I'm loaded. So I'm gonna throw these on and we'll get back to the mill. Well, I'm pulling into the mill now, and all I'm gonna say is I'm heavy, very heavy. I would not take this down the road, but for backwoods use, perfectly fine. Don't tell my wife I've kind of been itching to get a bigger truck, but I have to be honest, this old girl, she serves me well. It's not the fastest, can't carry the most weight, but it always gets the job done. So I'm gonna get unloaded here. I actually don't use the knuckle boom to unload. As you'll see, I got a much faster way to do that. So let me shut her down and we'll get unloaded. I swear I'm not usually this rough on stuff, but I guess it's one of those days. So we got mud and we got more mud. It's actually kind of a pain to unload these logs. I hate setting them in mud, but it's getting harder and harder to avoid it. So we're unloaded. I gotta sort through this, cut a few 6x6s for an order. Probably going out later this afternoon and do this all over again with the red oak. And then I'll saw this stuff next week. But I thought you guys would like to ride along with me. It's a nice day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stick around. I'm going to be doing some walnut logging here coming up in the next week. So that'll be coming up. That'll be a good one. Should be an interesting project. And make sure you subscribe, like, do all that stuff. You know, I don't pester you too much to do that. And I'll catch you on the next one.